Everybody, welcome back to 42 Gear Street. I'm here with John Browne from Monuments and Riff Hard and John Browne because I don't know how to play metal. And I think one of the most important things about playing any style of metal is a good tone.
Yeah.
And I know enough to be dangerous, you know what I mean? So I've dialed in a few metal tones on this channel before. Metal tones, sounds that sound good to me, but I thought maybe you could help explain it to me.
Okay.
And find something that is actually decent, that I like, and that sounds good to you.
Okay.
So you're far more qualified to do that than I am. I'm excited about the journey, really.
Oh, perfect, yeah.
So we're here also, of course, using some Engl amps. We're going to be using this one. There it is, little Fireball 25. And did you choose this amp, or did Engl suggest it?
Engl suggested it, and you chose it.
Right, that's what I thought. I'm going to ask Engl why they decided on this amp. Why the Fireball 25, Martin?
Because it's brand new.
Because it's brand new. Excuse me. Okay, good answer. See, there we go. But you said we don't need just the amp. Is that a wasp there?
That was a big wasp, yeah.
He's over there having a shave.
Yeah.
We don't need just the amp. We need, obviously, a guitar. What are you playing?
This one is a Nik Huber of some sort. I honestly just picked it up off the wall. I don't know where my Mayonnaise has gone. So, as Nik Huber were at this event...
He was just behind us. He was up in that room a moment ago.
Oh, really?
There he is. He's in there.
Yeah. Apparently this is an artist guitar.
Okay. It's burgundy mist. I know that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's awesome. I would almost say it's verging on lilac as well.
Yeah, it's
a cool colour, isn't it?
It reminds me of something. I'm trying to remember what it reminds me of. I can't think.
This neck, though, the flame maple on it.
Turn it round, John. Turn it round.
Oh, yeah, let's have a look at that, shall we? Can you see that? You probably can't, but I'm trying not to bang it into this plexiglass.
Why have we got the plexiglass?
So that I don't spit on you during COVID. Little do they know that I could just spit at you over the top.
They haven't thought this through, have they?
No, they haven't.
Oh, and I can actually bend spit. I can get it through a little slot just there.
Yeah, we can touch each other from the bottom.
You said we needed also an overdrive pedal or some kind of pedal to volume boost.
So more of a volume boost rather than a gain boost. So for me anyway, to get the clarity that's required with the saturation that's required for metal, I find that having the gain lower and using a volume boost in front of the amp gives you a tighter sound, but gives the saturation that's required for metal, basically, to get that really heavy, disgusting noise.
We're doing some more disgusting stuff later, aren't we?
Oh, yes,
we're looking forward to that. So, we've got the Archer from Rockett. What would you like me to set this pedal as?
I would have the gain or the drive on 0.
0.
And then the volume.
Output at...
Probably about halfway we'll start, and then if there's a tone control, probably just over halfway.
That's treble, so... There we go.
Let's try it about halfway for now, then yeah.
I'm switching the pedal on, and we are ready to go with our pedal.
And then turn it off for the clean part. And back on. So it's just literally adding that little bit of volume.
Yeah.
We might go a little bit more. Obviously, this is a pedal I've never tried before. So I normally just do volume boost. Sometimes, occasionally, a little bit of extra gain, depending on what amp it is. But generally, volume boost, a little bit of tone boost, and then work out the sound on the amp first.
So, what can I do for you?
Turn off the overdrive pedal and let's get a tone out of the Engl that we like. So, obviously with the Fireball 25, which you can see behind me, we have 3 controls for bass, middle and treble, a gain control, and there's a mid-shift function as well. So firstly, let's turn it to the overdrive channel, which will be the lead channel. Let's start with the gain at around 10 o'clock.
It's there, that's exactly 10 o'clock.
Okay, all controls at noon, and also presence can be a little bit higher. Yeah, that's fine. So that's not far away, to be honest. Try pushing the mid shift in, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it.
That actually sounds pretty great to me. Maybe a little bit more gain, just a little bit more for saturation. A little bit more. That's getting there. Let's try turning that pedal on with that sound.
Archer going on.
So you'd say that's low gain, right?
What is?
That sound. It's quite low. It's not over the top.
It's gainy, but it's not disgusting dirty.
Let's try boosting the volume a tiny little bit more. Let's drive the front end of the amp. Maybe turn the treble up a tiny little bit. Let's get a little bit more.
It's lacking a little bit of definition, isn't it?
A little bit of definition, yeah. It needs a tiny little bit more gain on the amp. Just a little bit more.
Gain on the amp.
Yeah, it just needs that little bit of saturation that's kind of missing.
I'm on it. So lead gain, we're now going to be at about 12.
Yeah.
So everything's set to 12.
Cut the mids by the inchiest little bit and maybe boost a tiny little bit of extra treble to give it a little bit of a face ripping. And then probably a little bit of bass. Turn that to 1 o'clock. And back down to 12. I'd say that sounds pretty damn good.
I think that I really love that. But what I need to know is maybe we could just try it without the pedals, just to show what this pedal's doing.
Okay.
So there's the Archer going off.
Less is more. It's adding a little bit of definition with the tone,
yes,
and it's adding a little bit of extra gain from the volume. Now, I play notoriously hard when I'm picking, so I tend to have quite a bit less gain than your average consumer, let's just say. But as long as you get the tone right on the amp before and use the pedal to sort of take it over the edge, then you get the clarity,
right,
which is one of the main things that is very difficult to achieve when you've got a dense metal mix.
So I've gone past the stage of just diming the gain and thinking there's a metal tone. I wasn't at that stage when we started. I've already learned that using a pedal in front of the amp to boost that input does help, but I had no frame of reference.
Okay.
So hearing you playing and hearing what you're saying about the EQ, what would you say are the ingredients to this tone?
Definitely picking hard. Picking hard. If you think about it, with metal, you're trying to be aggressive.
Yeah.
So if you're tickling the strings,
could you?
Like, you're not going to get... It doesn't have that clarity in the bottom end, but if I hit them hard... Getting that extra note definition.
It sounds like more like a drum kit rather. You know what I mean? It's so percussive, and it's the dynamics of
exactly. Yeah, and obviously that not all metal is going to be like that at all.
No.
But the saturation's easy to achieve. If you want more saturation, just keep adding gain until you get to the desired point.
Mm-hmm.
If you need more gain for solos, then you can do that as well with a different channel, or something like that. But yeah, generally metal rhythm, less is more.
So we've got the ingredients were picking hard,
the pedal
to drive the front amp,
Yeah.
front of the amp, sorry. We backed off. Can we go to the amp for a second? We backed off a little bit of the bass. There we go. No, the bass is there back at 12, so we backed off the middle.
Yeah, just a tiny. It depends on the application and the amp when it comes to the sound. So, like for example, mid-range heavy amps. Let's think like the Soldano SLO30, for example, is quite mid-range forward. So then you'd probably cut a little bit of that to sort of bring out the note definition. So obviously the guitar is a mid-range instrument, so it's totally dependent on the amp and where the focus of the mid-range is. For me personally, I want to hear that upper mid-range so it doesn't interfere with the bass. Do you know what I mean? So it's cutting through between like 1 kilohertz and 3 kilohertz somewhere where the attack is, which generally you get from pick attack when you pick harder. And the lower mids, yes, they sound full, but they don't want to be overkill to interfere with metal. And the same premise happens when it comes to 7-string as well. Like, say you had a 7-string or a lower tuned guitar, same premise. Build up the stages. It's like when you compress something in a DAW, like a drum kit, or going to your master chain. It's not ever one compressor.
No.
You sort of stage them in small amounts, and it's the same for achieving that result with metal gain tone, in my opinion. Little is more, like amplifier companies do it. I'm sure Engl does it. They have different stages of gain for each preamp tube. Yeah, he's agreeing, isn't he?
Got two thumbs up you got there, Brian.
Yeah, so basically it's the same premise. Like, boost the volume of the input a little bit more, then you can have the gain lower, and you get more clarity. That's basically the premise.
And there we are. And also play a Nik Huber guitar. Because they're pretty tasty.
And remember, the harder you hit, the more clarity you are going to get.
Great. Thank you. I'm going to watch this video when I get home. And I'm going to work out how you did that and try and recreate it. And then, of course, deconstruct it and rebuild it into something else, which is always a fun part.
Yeah.
There are many more ways to get this, but I think the Engl, the Fireball 25, is a decent amp.
Yeah, it sounds great. Let me just play that again, because I want to hear it again. It sounds good. Like, the mid-range is there. There's still clarity for each of the individual notes. It's attacking in the upper mid-range. The treble is aggressive, but not ripping your face off. And the bass isn't out of control. And, there's
no flubbiness, and it's not hurting my ears. And anyway, it's a very, very listenable tone.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's quite all right, man. And obviously, I'm always there if you need to chat to me.
That was for me, not for you. Okay. That was for me. Don't go messaging John asking for tone tips, unless, of course, you go over to Riff Hard, and I was looking at the wrong camera then. Unless you go to Riff Hard and check him out there, because that's where the magic happens.
It definitely does.
All right. Again, John Browne, Monuments, Riff Hard, John Browne, me, the Guitar Geek. There we go. Let's flatten that out a little bit. At 42 Gear Street, please follow the hashtag 42GSTWO. That's 42GS2. And you see all the great content. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video. There are more videos on screen floating around just in the middle right here, like on this Perspex sheet. Go and click one of those and have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thank you, Max.
Oh my God. Aneurysm.